I'm batting 1,000 today, guys. So I dumped the Facebook feed. So I'm sorry if anybody was over on Facebook, but what it does is because of the privacy settings, it makes the chat that I see really, really small. I can't really see what people are talking about. So sorry about that, Facebook people. Let me enhance my skin appearance. I was out in the sun all day yesterday, so I am sure I'm going to have melasma all over the place. Oh, we've got 22 early birds and some late nighters over there on the other side of the world. I see you, Australia. I see you. So, how is everybody today? It's early, so I've got a hat on. It was chilly when I woke up this morning, and now it's 67 degrees outside, but we are broadcasting from the basement. And oh, everybody's got a coffee and a cocktail for Juanita. I hope you're having a cocktail, Juanita. I actually had a cocktail last night. I had a White Russian, which is really like all dairy. It's not anything else. Oh, Debbie, it's 1 a.m. there. Holy moly, that is so early. Well, early or late. I don't know. What are you up to? So how is everybody doing? Oh, it was chilly and foggy there. So those of you that we did get some people that contributed to the band. So I wanted to thank you guys, first of all, for that. It is Gratitude Sunday for me, and I try and be grateful for all the stuff, all the good stuff in my life. So you guys are some good stuff. My bingo wings kind of jiggled there. Sorry about that. I'm working on these muscles, kids. I'm working on them. You know, they're coming along. They're coming along. The old gymnastic muscles are coming back in. I'm feeling pretty good today. Angus had a great party last night. He had a Halloween party, and all of the girls were dressed in less than what was appropriate for the temperature. We came in first. Came in first once again. Quite the talent. You know, not to be like a complete braggart, but my son is very, very, very talented. And when I see other bands, I'm really struck by how talented he is. So US Bands is the organization that they competed in, and you'll see there's a bunch of different categories that they have. So it's not like they came in first overall, but there's a lot of different categories. And I think if you go to US Bands, they do have a website. They also, of course, have a YouTube like everyone else, and a Facebook and Instagram, and you'll be able to see some of the bands that play. We cannot videotape anything because they the music that they play, like for example, Angus's band this year, their feature was called Paint It Black. So they do play the music from the Rolling Stones, and we actually have to purchase the rights to play that publicly. And so US Bands kind of has that covered on their website as well. And it's a very expensive organization. I'll just tell you that it's very expensive to be in music. It's like ice skating or horseback riding. Not exactly the same, but yeah, 14 instruments is beyond extraordinary. And I play the cello very, very badly. And he picked up my cello when he was quite young, and my cousin Michael did the same thing and could play it, and I was very frustrated. My cousin Michael was picking out sharps and flats when he was picking out the natural note and the sharps and flats when he was like 4 years old. It was remarkable. Angus was already playing instruments and picked up my cello. It was like, and I was like, dang it. So we're gonna kick it off with something fun. I'm gonna give everybody an energy card for the week. So you guys are gonna get some energy cards, and then we'll get to some readings here. So again, gratitude. We had a great day yesterday. Angus had a great day. It's been a good week. I'm trying to get some more bookings on the books. This is my busy season, and boy, has it been busy. I'm exhausted. Next week, we are supposed to be going on this tour of New York. We're going to go to all the Ghostbuster sites on Friday, but if I have too many bookings, I might not be able to go. So I am money and you guys count more than having a little bit of fun. It's hard for me to do recreational things during the Halloween season. So this is the deal for today, guys. And the lovely Zephyr dropped the link, and I also pinned it up at the top. Today is special. We're going to be on here until 11:30. And then I am going right into private readings for the remainder of the day. And you know what? We'll do something fun. You know what we're going to add in today? Let me add in today something. I'll do something a little special for you guys. Let's see. Where is it? Let's do some fun. And stick with me, kids. Stick with me. Where is it? There we go. Let's see what's happening with this. Make things even more enticing for y'all. And what is today? What's the date today? The 19th and the 20th. We'll apply that. Save changes. Just a second. I am cooking this up for you guys. Let me make sure there's no date on here. Save changes. Turn me on. And we're going to do 20 for 20 today and tomorrow, kids. There we go. 20 for 20 today and tomorrow, too. So look at that. Look at that. So $20, have some fun with me. But so all right, so today and tomorrow, well, for today, we're gonna do $88 hour readings and we're gonna do 20 for 20. So if you want to book 20 for 20, you can go and do that right now. Any super chats? Hi, wifey. Thank you to all the mods being in here. Let me give you a little applause. Applause, applause. I live for the applause. Thank you to all the mods. Sometimes we got to jump out. Hello, Rebecca. I see you there. Rebecca, are you German? Are you coming in from Germany? Are you up early, up late? What are you doing over there? Looks like a German last name. I could be wrong, though. I think it's Blomke in German. Not sure. Debbie M., good to see you. But what we're going to do right now is we are going to do some energy cards for you guys. This is the Kyle Gray Raise Your Vibration Oracle. So we're going to do that. Let's giddy up, buttercups. You ready? Oh, thank you, Juanita. Thank you for the super chat. Guys, any super chats, if I do a little reading for you here and you super chat it, I'm going to knock it off that $88 reading for today. But you got to book for today. You got to book during the live cast. So let's do this, my friends. I want you to do me, M-E, in all capital letters if you want an energy card. Raise Your Vibration card by Kyle Gray. Fabulous Scotland. Born in Berlin, but on British soil. Thank you very much. Oh, you're not German. Okay. All right. My mistake. So give me a big me. Juanita, you're getting one right away. I clear my energy field. This is going to be good for the week. This is a fresh start. So a little bit of salt scrub, a little bit of goodness, and we are going to take you places. We got Deb. Hello, Deb. It's good to see you. My breath connects me to life. So that's something that people forget to do. So I know it sounds weird that people forget to breathe, but actually what they do is they forget to do deep breathing. And it does make a lot more sense. Let me add this to the stage. And we're just going to put that there. Actually, I think I have a better layout. Where's my lean on mine? There we go. So the deep breathing that we do is from the diaphragm, filling your lungs up to capacity, holding it for a second, breathing it all the way out, and then you contract your stomach muscles and you push it out. It's one of the things that I do in my guided meditations, and it really does help you settle. So it fills your body with oxygen, it replenishes you. It's really important. So connecting breath to life, it does clear all of those passages. It helps you get rid of the bad air, and it helps you kind of recirculate all of your energy. Remember, air is energy as well. Kathy White, we've got you. Good to see you. I hope everything's going really well for you. So we've got take the weight of the world off your shoulders. So that is something I found something very interesting when I had my disc injury, when my disc got ruptured. One of my good friends, Shelly Creepshow, she is she's like a Reiki master now, and she's doing sound bowls and sound healings and all kinds of fun stuff. She said, it's weird because you take on so much responsibility in your family and with everything that's going on in your world. And she said the back and neck injuries are usually because you've got too much piled up on your shoulders. So be sure to absolve yourself of some responsibility sometime. Tonight, 7:00, I'm off duty. Somebody else is going to have to make dinner because I'm not doing it. I am doing laundry, but somebody else is going to have to make dinner. So make sure that you take time to make yourself peaceful. It's really, really important. Welcome to everybody in the chat coming on in. How do we like this time? Is this a good time? Should I go back to Sunday mornings? This seems like, we could do it a little bit casual. I don't think I'm going to work on Sundays. But having a meeting with you guys, I think is pretty cool. Susan, I hope you are feeling well today. Healing myself heals my lineage. Now, Susan, you had a little footwork done recently, and I'm going to tell you something. When we have injuries in different parts of our body, and you can go back to your Louise Hay on this. Louise Hay was one of the greats in manifestation, healing your physical body. She's the one who says, our thoughts are things, and that we really need to be careful about how we think about ourselves, because it will manifest in our body. So when we have injuries, like especially for your foot or something like that, you're not being able to move forward, or you're afraid to step forward. So as your surgery is healing, I want you to think about, this is giving you the energy to move to the next step, the energy to go to the next level. So there we go. There we go. Hope that's helping you. So I'm shuffling these cards. I'm still going, guys. I've got Karen. Truth is my teacher. So sometimes we do confuse ourselves with what Zeph, we're going to talk about that. I got a late night phone call about Sam, so we'll talk about that. I'll tell you a little bit about my experiences with him. You guys know, my ex-husband was one of the management team for Limp Bizkit. We actually planned our wedding from the First Family Values tour, which was funny because the guys in Incubus know me from here in New York, and we had friends in common, and they came on the tour halfway through, and I was in I was in catering, and they came in and they were like, "Wait, what are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, Yeti and I are getting married." And they were like, "Wait, when did this happen?" They were very confused. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. They were like, "You don't take guys in bands," and I was like, "No, I don't." So so sometimes I just want to say, truth is our teacher, and sometimes we sugarcoat things in our life. I am an eternal optimist. I really do give people the benefit of the doubt. In the last year, I got myself into a little bit of a situation, because I really believed that someone wanted to move forward and progress and uplift their spirit, and they just kept going in a different direction. And no matter how much you arm wrestle someone, you sometimes can't get them to see reason, and the lesson is their own. So sometimes we have to understand that our optimism is not always someone else's optimism. So thanks so much. And we've got Wifey here. Oh, Wifey. Your sexuality is sacred. So that doesn't necessarily have to be, the that goes on behind closed doors, but that sometimes can be the way that we perceive ourselves, or the way that we operate in the world. So sometimes this is a call to just be a bit more feminine, a bit more in touch with that femininity. So this is what's going to raise your vibration. I know that you are a big old mom bear. I love that. Wifey is a delightful person, guys. I know her personally, and she is a delightful person. She is very, very sweet, very gifted as well. She does some cool stuff with the different operations. Let's just put it that way. I'm not gonna out her here on the interwebs and alive. So Mercury and Leo is in the house. Let me see. So let me see who else is saying me in the chat. I'm looking. I like these cards too, Merc. I like these too. Star, you're getting one. Here we go. Shift your perspective. This is really important. And I talk all the time about how, like, my physical spatial recognition is not very good. I was just not very good at that. I was never very good at, like, Rubik's Cube. those kinds of things. I have trouble kind of shifting things around, even like with IKEA directions and Lego directions. Like sometimes I have to like really sit there and think about it. Just fun fact: so when you are on your cycle, for those of us that still have a cycle, your spatial recognition gets more convoluted, and sometimes we need to stop and look at the perspective of the others around us in our situation or that are in the periphery of our situation. So, often people are yelling and screaming, look at my perspective, look at my perspective. And when things are jangled and crazy, as the background of this card is, you do need to sometimes write it down. Sometimes that's your tool. You have to write it down and you have to kind of figure out you have to figure out what is the best course of action for all. Sometimes you have to see the pain that someone else is in before you kind of move forward. So and I think that this is something that I will be doing with the Kevin Federline book, the Jamie Lynn Spears. I think Jamie Lynn Spears is a VICTIM as well, of poor parenting. I think she was the extra kid that they really didn't do much with. So Jennifer from California, good morning. It's quite early for you. Quite early for you. So let's get going. Let me see. Let me see who else. Hi, Penny is here. I see Penny. Mercury and Leo, you're getting one too. The world is blessed to have you. And sometimes we don't feel this. Sometimes I'm a gift to every room that I'm in. I'm kidding. I'm really not. But sometimes we have to remember that we are sometimes a huge gift for people and sometimes really itty bitty small gift. And sometimes we are the teacher and sometimes we are the lesson. So the world is blessed to have you. You have to remember that you function as a piece to something in everyone's life that you're exposed to. So keep that in mind. So let me see. This time is great for Kathy. That's great. Rebecca, you're very tense in your shoulders. Yeah, that happens. Sunday is good. Everybody likes Sundays. So we'll keep going with the raise your vibration cards. We'll put these over here for now. But Lady of the Lake is going to get a few cards. Lady of the Lake is one of my earliest subscribers. So let's put this up. Oh, let me show that. I slowed down the chat by 10 seconds, guys, but keep chatting because I've got the live chat over here and I've got the slowed down chat over here for myself. So Lady of the Lake, and I want to thank you for your contribution. Oh, is that link not working, Zeph? Let me make sure the 20 for 20. Hang on there, Lady of the Lake. Let me go to my landing page, view booking page. Let me make sure it's working. Oh, hang on. I gotta fuss with a few things on that. Edit. And we are gonna do custom view calendar. Let me open it up. We're gonna do it for, what is today? What is the date today? The 19th. Custom schedule. There we go. Whoops, something went wrong. Hang on, kids. Hang on. We got time. We got spirit. How about you? The kids were singing that yesterday. It was so cute. I love that song. It's me, not you guys. It's me. You know what? I'm going to make the 20 for 20 all this week. How about that? We're going to make it from today until Saturday. There we go. And then we'll make that a custom calendar. Custom schedule. View calendar. Why is it not letting me do that? Calendly is having a heart attack. All right, kids. Whoops. No such thing as 59 hours, is there? All right, we're going to save changes. Let me see if this makes it available. Just bear with me, guys. I am just a one-gal show here. Why is this? No, we're going to make that longer. We're going to make it through 19th through the 25th. There we go. 19th through the 25th. Let me see if it works now. We're going to close that sucker. View booking page. Hang on, kids. I think I got this fixed. 20 for 20 is now fixed. You can book from today all the way through this Friday. And we're going to I should just let you guys see what I'm doing. All right, so there we go. There we go. All right, we're open all night, guys. All night. Hang on, just moving a few things around here. I clear my schedule a bit. I'll be practicing Russian at 7 o'clock tonight. That's going to be my fun thing. All right, so I am open until 7. You guys can book 20 for 20 on here. You can get in there. Go do that. Go have some fun with it. And we are all systems go. I'm getting a reminder that I'm live right now. Yippee. All right, so there we go. There we go, kids. That 20 for 20 is going to work now. All right. Lady of the Lake, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Oh gosh. Yes, $20 for 20 minutes. But if you book the full hour reading at 88, you can take any of your super chats or super stickers off. Hello, Lane, down in the wonderful state of Mississippi. Samantha, good to see you. Good morning, bright and early, you. Bright and early. And we're only on for another hour, guys. So, Lady of the Lake, what you need, what you want, what you get. So, what you need is to not run from the situation at hand. I don't want you to run from the situation at hand. What I want you to do is examine it. What you need is to stay in place. What you want is to walk away. What you get is not a restart. So what do we do to work around that? So being reckless and telling people exactly how you feel is totally fine. If you're upset and unhappy with somebody, let them know. Because what it does is it's going to plant some seeds of destruction so that they don't treat you like that again. And I think that's a good way to be, for sure. Okay. I don't know if that resonates. I hope that it does. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not drinking coffee. I'm drinking water this morning. I already had my coffee. My new thing is I'm going to let myself have a latte once a weekend. Oh, look at that highlighter right there. Ooh, that's a lot of highlighter. It's a glowy serum I mix in my foundation. It's really not. It's the foundation that I use. So, Lady of the Lake, again, thank you. Thank you for being such a long time subscriber, Lady of the Lake. You have been here since the beginning, since I had less than like 500 subscribers. So, thank you so much. Thank you. So all right, let's see. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Sam Rivers. I'm not going to read on him. But Sam Rivers is he was one of the nicest guys in the group. Like all the guys were fairly nice. Fred Durst, top secret. He's actually really nice in person. Very nice. And my favorite person in Limp Bizkit, and he was like kicked in and out, was DJ Lethal. DJ Lethal was really nice, and I was very fortunate. His parents do speak Russian, so when we were on tour, I got to chit chat with them, and they were all excited that I spoke Russian. They're like, "You don't look Russian." I'm like, "I'm not." My stepfather is, and I learned to speak Russian because my grandfather on that side was regretful that no one learned it. So I went out and I learned Russian. But Sam, it is they have not disclosed why he passed away. But last night I got a text message from one of my really good friends from years ago, and he was like, "Dude," and I was like, "Oh no." Now I understand that he had a liver transplant in 2015. But then Wes Borland posted F cancer with a hashtag and a picture of Sam. Wes and his wife were actually very cool people. They were a very cool couple to hang out with. Very theatrical and fun, and he's an amazing talent. If you're unaware of Big Dumb Face is Wes Borland's side project that he did, and it was an amazing band. There's a song called Duke Lion, which is so much fun. It's like he's an amazing talent. So very sad that Sam is lost. And I said to my friend last night, I go, we're getting to that age where our contemporaries in the music industry are dying of like more or less like natural causes. Like, they're not dying of, ODs or accidents, those kinds of things. They're dying of the body breaking down. And it's something that we got to get used to. We're going to hear about people, being lost to cancer. We're going to hear about people being lost to all sorts of stuff. I mean, Bruce Willis getting dementia, he's not a contemporary of mine, but he's close to my age. I'm 54. I think he's 64 or 63. Like we're going to start hearing about stuff like that. And it really sucks. So I am quite sad about poor Sam Rivers. So, that's it's a bummer. And I didn't realize he never got married. I don't think he got married. I don't think he had kids. So I looked it up last. I was like, I don't remember him getting married. So yeah, unfortunate. So let's jump over here. We'll hold off on the vibration cards. Will Prince Andrew face criminal charges? That's an interesting thing. Okay, is he going to face criminal charges? Is he going to face criminal charges? Part of the matter here. No, he's not worried about criminal charges right now. They've moved beyond it. He has already been questioned about some criminal charges. And there are some restrictions on what he can do. Who gave him those restrictions? Remember, Hierophant is seat of power. So let's see if we get seat of power. Queen of Wands, the Sun. So I am going to say this. I think that the this condition was already put in place by the late queen. I think the late queen got him sorted out before she passed away. I don't think he is worried about criminal charges at all. So, is there any more that is going to come out that's going to be disruptive in a like if there's going to be information that comes out in books and things like that, or gossip and rumor, yeah, there's going to be some bad stuff that's said about him. I do think, and immediately, not Valentine Lowe, who's the other guy? Help me out, guys. The other writer, he wrote I can't, Revenge. Who wrote Revenge? Tom Bauer. Is that who I want to say? Tom Bauer. Yeah, I think we may get some more information, but no charges. I don't think the police are going to be involved. They canceled birthday bash for Fergie. Well, you gotta not Lowney, the other guy, or Tom Bauer. Thank you. I think Tom Bauer's got some more information about this, and he may be able to release some of that. So we'll see about that. But thank you, Margie. Good question. Oh, wifey, your health's been a mess. Let me throw you some cards. On that. No tip, honey. Do not tip me. Don't do it. I said. So what you need, what you want, what you get. So keep asking your people around you, and I know you're surrounded by good people, even though that Marine is grumpy. I know that it's hard for some of us to ask for help. I want you to rely on the people that you can rely on a little bit more. You really do need to let others help you. I know it's hard to not. This is your Achilles heel. Like when you have to ask people, you'll get back to me later. Okay. All right. I know because you want to do it all. You want to decorate for the holidays. You want to take the kids trick or treating. You want to do all the things. Sometimes you got to rest. Sometimes you just got to rest. So make sure that you do that. We'll talk later, honey. 43 people in the chats. Good to see you guys. Good morning from a chilly-ish East Coast. It's chilly in my basement. I am still shocked about Ace Frehley as well. And I honestly, Rip It Out and New York Groove are two of my favorite songs. Two of my favorite songs, probably on my Desert Island disc. Margie likes Sunday mornings. I think we might make this a regular. So, yeah, there we go. All right, let's drop some healing sparkles for Miss Wife of a Grumpy Marine. I still don't have where are my sparkles at? Need my sparkles. Let's see my sparkles. I'm gonna give her stars. There you go. Got some stars, a little bit of music. There you go. Everybody throw some love over at Wifey. And don't forget to keep hitting that react button, that little heart or happy face on the side, because it does let YouTube know how much you like it over here. Margie, you're getting a card. I gotta stop moving my stuff around here, kids. All right, so Margie, what do we got for you? I dismiss my reminder that I'm live because I'm already live. I make way for miracles. Margie, that is something that all of us need to do. The belief that there is more in this world. Ace Frehley is a great example of this. So Ace Frehley did an interview, and someone asked him, the reporter, journalist, had asked him, if you hadn't been in Kiss, if you hadn't been a rock star in Kiss, what would you have become? And Ace Frehley said, I was going to become a rock star no matter what. I decided when I was 16, I was going to be a rock star. Paraphrasing. I decided when I was 16 I was going to be a rock star, and if it wasn't in Kiss, it was going to be in something else. So that's pretty wild. That's some pretty good magic right there. So making way for miracles, believing that you can ascend to a certain level, I think is super, super keen and super, super important. We need to do that. So Margie, I hope that fuels your day. I hope that fuels your day. I'm just seeing Rebecca, you're getting one too, baby doll. You are getting one too. Well, on your rainy day, Rebecca, it is safe for you to shine. One of the things that I heard from my ex, he was born and raised in northeasternly Scotland, in the Blue Tune. Those of you that know Scotland, he was raised in Peterhead, or Peterhead, as they say there. And one of the things he said was it was constantly raining. It was constantly raining. And, I love the rain. I love it when it's wet and moist. And I know people hate the word moist, but I love it when it's raining. Give me a reason to sit inside with a cup of tea and turn the lights to just like warm hue. A lot of people talk about like light therapy, like red light therapy and those kinds of things. I think mood light therapy is so important. And last night we've got those smart bulbs all over our living room and our lamps, and we can change the color, and I think it's so important to kind of set that mood. We have a candlelight setting for the master bedroom, so the lights actually flicker. It's really, really cool. So if you have an Alexa or a Google Smart Home or something like that, you can kind of tinker around with it. Fun fact: the candlelight setting, you can look these up anywhere. The candlelight setting actually is pretty cool because it does different light. If you have more than one light, it'll make them kind of flicker at a different rate, and that ambiance really, really gives you a chance. So if it's rainy and chilly and cold, what I'm going to say is fire up the fireplace, put it. The Yule log's available on all kinds of channels now. You can throw that up on your TV and read a book, light a candle. It's safe for you to shine. Your glory as you go into the day starts with you. Set your intention in the morning. I know it's good morning, Trevor, or good afternoon, Trevor. I hope it's not raining where you are. It's really important to set your intention for the day. And I'm an early riser, but I've become this late riser because I've been working so late at night. And Greg said to me yesterday he's having a hard time adjusting his schedule. So this week I am going to work on getting him up and getting his intentions set and getting his day started. So I am really going to try and do that. So it's safe for you to shine. Wake up in the morning, Rebecca, and just say, I'm good to go. There's no kill switch on awesome. There's no kill switch on awesome. I am going to seize the day. So I hope that helps. Let me see if I got anybody else on here. Sorry, you're on your cycle. You ate everything. Yeah. So that's one of the things. Now let's do this because we're going to talk a little bit about Meghan Markle. She's all over the freaking news. There's so many channels out there that are like, Meghan Markle is, this, that, and the other thing. She's a narcissist. How many times can we hear she's a narcissist? My thing is transmutation, transformation from good into bad. So is there anything that Meghan Markle can do right now to improve the world? I know it's just wild. So is there anything that she can do to change the world right now? Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Guys, who are my tarot readers in the chat? because I want you guys to read this. I want you guys to read this. Queen of Swords. This is telling a story. She's a storyteller. This is rewriting and saying, I messed up. And I gave a lot of things from a perspective that maybe was not necessarily true. Maybe it was a very personal perspective. And sometimes our personal perspective should be kept in the back of our throat. Sometimes our personal perspective should be kept private. I'm just going to say, you know, people get insulted all the time. I'll tell you a little story about when I got insulted. So we had an arts and craft fair for the band. It was a fundraiser. And the night before was our Oktoberfest. Now, I'm a full-grown adult, and I can choose to take a drink. I chose to take a drink last night. I can choose to not take a drink. And I have a reputation of being one who speaks plainly in my son's band organization. And I also question mismanagement and not running it like a business, because really the parent organization with the band, our job is to raise money for the band. That's our only job. We're supposed to raise money and defray the cost for the other families, or for transportation, for instruments, for all of that stuff. And a single instrument can cost like $4,000. They can get very, very, very expensive. So we do have a job at hand. And so when we weren't raising money, I was the first person to say, excuse me, but isn't this supposed to be a fundraising organization? What are we doing here? So I've gotten a reputation for being kind of a capitalist. Oh, I'm a capitalist. And one of the women came up to me at the arts and craft fair, and I said, I really just need a cup of coffee. We had our Oktoberfest yesterday, meaning I cooked for 10 hours and hosted for 8 hours later. And she goes, oh, you must be really hungover. What? Like, I felt attacked. My professionalism felt attacked in that moment. My morals and my standards felt attacked in that moment. And you know what? She's a person who made comments about Donald Trump. She's a person who advised that, something about her job. And, her perspective probably comes from something else. So I must remind her of some party girl that bothered her. And I was pissed in the moment, but I got over it. Meghan Markle needs to stop applying her perspective to every interaction that she has with people. She's not the center of the universe. She's not the center of the universe. But I think her upbringing made her the center of the universe. And so retelling her tale with a more purified perspective, I think would be very valuable. Would it make people like her? One card. Queen of Cups, I think it may. I think it may. I think if someone steps to the table and says, people in recovery do this. They say, I have no power over this substance that is affecting me, that I need, that I require to. Let's see if I move this down just a little bit, if this improves our view. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So, when you're in a 12-step program, you do have to say, I have no power over this substance, this behavior that I do, gambling, shopping, whatever your addiction of choices. And I think if she comes to the table and says, listen, I really messed up. I had a great opportunity and I really messed up, and I didn't see the care and love that was in that situation because I had blinders on. I had perspective blinders on. I think maybe she can recover her reputation, or some shred of reputation. She can get on with it, get on with it, like they say in Monty Python. So yeah, I do try and be like really, really optimistic. That is what my job is. My job is to help people find that yellow brick road, find the way out of the forest. If I'm dropping breadcrumbs, I'm dropping breadcrumbs. So, all right, at the tennis match, she was crying. Nobody cries in public. There's no crying in tennis. Sorry, guys, I am a little bit behind on the chat, so just bear with me. Just bear with me because I can't keep an eye on both. I heard from Dave last night. Yeah, I think he's sleeping now, but Dave is doing good. Dave is doing good. Margie, I agree with you. Her father did make her the center of the universe. She was the perfect child. At a tennis match, it was filmed. She was crying. She was wiping away tears. What was going on? So, oh, wait, I got a little video for you guys. Hang on. Fact or fake? I made that the other day. So, fact, fake. Fact. Oh. Fake. Oh. Fake. So fact, she was feeling jubilant in the moment. Fake, she was faking that emotion, guys. To what end? To what end? She wants she wants people to feel bad for her. She wants them to see her falling apart. That's what she wants now. She wants them to see her falling apart. Maybe Britney Spears is taking up too much time. So she wants people to see her falling apart. It's a narrative, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I hate to say somebody's faking it, but thank you, Elaine. I'm a better producer. I try. I'm trying it. So it's good to see everybody here. We got like 50 people in here. It's fantastic. I'm going through the chats. All right. And sorry about that. Question. Jennifer Good. Will I be I'm sorry. I'm sorry, honey. Will you be staying in the house after your husband passes? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think maybe it is a good fresh start, but this is a choice. I don't want you to think that this is like you're going to be kicked out. This is a choice. You're going to be able to do your own thing. Temperance, you're going to have to weigh whether you want to stay there or not. And I do think that a change may be good for you, but take your time with this. Take your time. This is a little bit of a Rebecca, we'll see you later. I hope you have a good day. Light that fireplace. Get in there and make yourself a cozy cup of tea. Okay. This is a speedy decision. I want you to be more watery like these cups here that Temperance has. Slow it down. Take your time and do what you need to do that's best for you. It may be best for you to take those memories, pack them up in a box, and bring them to another place and kind of make things easier for yourself. I do think that slimming down your responsibilities and giving yourself some time to adjust is going to be good, but you could do that in the house for now. Okay. So, and I want to give you a raise your vibration card because I do think that that's really important. Again, this is the Kyle Gray raise your vibration. After this live, I will throw a link into the description for it. And we've got come home to your body. Your home is your body. We take everything with us. So definitely do that, Jennifer Good. And we're all thinking about you guys. Give Jennifer some love down in the chat. I'm going to drop some. What am I going to drop in there? I'm going to give you some love. There's some hearts for you. So drop some hearts in the chat. Drop some hearts in the chat. And let's giddy up. Juanita liking the beanie style. Yeah, it was cold this morning. It was chilly when I got up. Kitty cats were running all over the place. That Trevor and Gigi like to go into my laundry room and hang out. And I have like a laundry sorter, and I found out they're hanging out in the laundry sorter. Like one of them gets in each one, and I'm like, guys, you are ridiculous. But they were very, very cute this morning, tra-la-la around the house, and getting in the way of the laundry. So, all right. So, what are the York girls going to do now? So, let's look at that. All right. So, start with B, Beatrice. Does Beatrice actually? I'm going to use this deck. Do Halloween deck again. Legend of Sleepy Hollow, kids. Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I have the door shut, wifey, because I didn't want him taking up the whole. He's going to be a special guest. When I get into the other studio, I already have plans to have like a couple of cat trees down there, and I think I'm moving their automatic litter box downstairs so that I can redo the kids' bathroom, because that'll be. I'm gonna make myself a new office on the other side of the basement, and then I'm gonna literally redo the kids' bathroom. So you'll probably get some videos on that of me losing my mind. Yeah, Trevor Cat will be back. I'm gonna try and encourage all of the cats to come down here. Lily is my big one. Our Lily cat is very, very shy, and she's the one with the weight problem, but she looks good. She's losing weight. So, I'm going to have them down here more often. So just Trevor likes to lay on the mat. So I'm going to have to give him a spot. He is a funny cat, though. He's really funny. He just lets me kiss him all over. I'm just like, when he's like, okay, mom, kiss me. It's very cute. So, and I'm going to do a little psychic reading on that, about like the connection with his mom, and like maybe he's the cat that I was supposed to get. So we'll see. He is so chill. He really is. I was kissing his belly. I was like, ah, and he was like, okay, do whatever you want. My thing is he's got to stop jumping in the refrigerator. When we open up the refrigerator, there's a little ledge in front of the crisper drawer, and he jumps right up onto the ledge. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, get out of my refrigerator. So, all right. So what are the York girls going to do? So Beatrice, what's she going to do now? Is her loyalty going to be with the crown, with her dad, or with her mom? I'm going to make it that way. Or with her own marriage and her own family. So the crown. She's going to stay in communication. Her dad and her mom and her relationship. Well, her relationship and her own family, I think she does feel somewhat betrayed. I think this is she feels a little bit like, well, what happens now? Even though her husband has titles in Italy, the crown, I think she stays in contact with them. I think there are some plans for her. I think her father, I think part of this is she's going to have to distance herself from her father a little bit. Her mother, I do think, is advising her. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And over here, I think she does feel a little bit betrayed about her kids. So anything that we can give her on that. The Tower, Ace of Swords, they were never going to be part of the royal family. They were never going to be a part of it. So, they just were going to be out of the equation. I think that is something that's been going on for a while. Now, let's look at Eugenie, who I think is a little bit different. How is she feeling? How is she feeling? Loyalties with the crown, daddy, mummy, and her own relationship. The crown, I think she wants to turn her back. I think she's mad. She is leaning into her father a little bit more and kind of blames her mom for some of the drama here. Interesting. And over here, I think there's some, I think she needs money more. I think she needs money from the crown more, and like opportunities to kind of do one-off. Six of Swords, Page of Swords, Hierophant, again, not really adhering to the crown here. This makes me very, very nervous. You make me very, very nervous. The Six of Swords walking away, Page of Swords. This is a somebody who's Chinese whispers. Whispers are going all over the place. about the crown, about the strength and the power of the crown. So I think we're going to see some interesting things out of her. But we'll wait for that. We'll wait for that. I can read on them more this week. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got. All right, let me see. I'm going to speed through this and see if we get any questions. Samantha's back. Hello, Samantha. I'm at 10:31, so I'm like a half hour behind. Let me crank through this. Oh, I got a psychic score on Margie's surgery. Thank you very much. Guys, if you ever see a video of mine and something comes true, just go back and hashtag it, timestamp it, and say psychic score. Oh, wifey. Oh my goodness. You know what? Talk to me about that. One of my friends just had the whole surgery where they replaced everything. And it's remarkable what they did. Yes. Well, since I'm on the shot, guys, I'm 23 pounds down. Woohoo. I just can't do those treaty things anymore. The sugar really doesn't work well for me. I just don't feel good. Oh, Lady of the Lake. Thank you. So it's people like you that have made this channel so robust. I did hit 7,600. So let's get to that 8,000. I'm excited about that 8,000. We're going to get to 8,000. I'm more excited about 10,000. So we are going to keep going with this. I'm scrolling through really quickly, guys. If I miss anything, I apologize. Everybody's talking about they canceled Fergie's birthday bash. How is she feeling about that? How is Fergie feeling about the canceled birthday bash? I think it was 60. I think it was her 60th. It's going to be a little event at home. But mark my words, they are going to release like a photo or something. It's not that they're not going to celebrate. They are going to celebrate, mark the occasion, and then just say, okay, that's it. They're just not going to celebrate like royals. Like there's not going to be like a big royal photo with her in a crown or anything like that. So I've got Elaine's question. Anything else in the meantime for Elaine? Let's see. Anything else for Elaine? What you need is time, not cultivating stuff. What you want is less people to be contributing to your to-do list. And what you get is exhaustion. So I want you to be really careful about meeting out the things that you have to do every day. You know, Greg has a rule. He doesn't do more than 3 things in one day, which I wish I could do that. Because sometimes that's getting up, having breakfast, and brushing his teeth. But 'tis the life of a retired person. So, oh, by the way, Trevor, if you're still here, he's working on his book. And so far it's coming out really, really good. It's very exciting. So, you know, get you 2 fiction writers together and you can chit chat about what you're doing. This card, people, is really mental exhaustion. That is exhausting ourselves and just getting super, super exhausted from turning things over in our head. This is why meditation is so good. We got to sometimes get out of our head. I've been doing a lot of remote views lately. I've got one of my clients she commissions remote views from me over the last couple of weeks, and I forgot how relaxing they are. Like people think like that's so exhausting, but they actually are so relaxing because you're just kind of tra-la-lying around. So one of the things that I've been doing, I'm tinkering with how to present that for commissions. And it seems that if I videotape myself and dictate into a Word document, it kind of all comes together. So very, very neat process that I'm coming up with. So that may be like a regular offering for other people. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So Tom Bauer is awesome. I agree. I agree. Did Megan put the IG Dr. Pestrova up outing her surrogates? So did she do an Instagram? I don't know if she put an Instagram up. I don't know if M. Russell is still here. Let me know what that is. Give me a little bit more time on that. This I've never heard. Non-refrigerated bacon on her neck every night for 40 days. That's wild. That is wild. I wonder how that works. That's wild. Wild thing. I know ice on your back makes you burn brown fat. That was Tim Ferriss from the 4-Hour Body. Tim Ferriss. That was one of his tricks. You could do it in the shower too. I have no interest in taking cold showers. Oh, Margie, I'm glad that card made sense. Good for you. That's great. That is great. Me, please. All right. M. Russell, I hope you're still here. Hope you're still here, kid. Hope you're still here. So it's okay to feel what you need to feel. And that is something I think a lot of women my age need to get that, because what happens, oh good Lord, wifey, really? What happens is, because Gen Xers, because we were, we went to work at 14, we're latchkey kids, we were kind of doing all of the things. We weren't allowed, we didn't get that grace to like feel sorry for ourselves. That's why, like, millennials like that are like, I feel bad today, I need to bed rot. I like, who gets that? I don't get that. I was never allowed to do that. Anxious, depressed, whatever. I had to like still go to work, get to school, get good grades, go home, clean my room, watch the dog, take the, go skating, go surfing. Like, I still had an agenda. I mean, literally, my parents had no idea where I was in my 20s. They had no idea. I was not checking in with them. Whatever I was going through, they really didn't know about it. I had a horrible boyfriend in my mid 20s, and they were like, "Oh, really? You're going through a rough time with him?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like, he's the worst." They didn't realize it until one day he broke into their house and tried to strangle me. I'm not even kidding. That really happened. He broke into their house when I was home and tried to strangle me. Didn't quite get the response that he expected, but when you're 5'1 3/4, people don't expect you to have punk rock roots. I had some punk rock roots there. So, so there it is. So it's okay to feel what you need to feel. So today, take some time, feel the feels, let it happen. You feel sad, have a cry. Feel happy, dance in your kitchen, go bananas. So I hope that helps. So I'm going through. There we go. Another Gen Xer. Wifey's a Gen Xer. Penny's a Gen Xer. We got all the Gen Xers in here. Margie's one. So yes. I'm getting through. We love thunderstorms. So thunderstorms are very, very Samantha, make sure that you do that. Make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. And I'm trying to get to it. The news is sad these days, Trevor. Megan could adopt orphans. Just wait. Just wait. I've been on this AbFab binge, and I told Greg the other day, I said, don't tempt me. I'll adopt a Romanian orphan, a Romanian baby. Oh, yeah, wifey, I did kick his ass. I think the guy is a few years older than me, and I think he's had one job his whole life. Like, not just like one job since he was younger, but one job forever. So, all right, what do we got here? Will the Napoleon bling stolen from the Louvre? Wow. When did that happen? I didn't even know that. Holy crow. Outer Limits. Outer Limits, you're another one that's been with me forever. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Oh, guys, I got 15 minutes left. 15 minutes left, and then I gotta close down. Let me speed through because I gotta make sure I didn't get any super chats. What they need, what they want, what they get. I don't think they're getting them back anytime soon. I think it's gonna take. Will they ever get them back? Ooh, 7 of Wands. I think they're gonna get some of them back. Yeah, and we got another seven of Cups. I think they're going to get some of them back. I don't think they're going to get all of them back. So, yeah, I think they're going to. That's a shame. That's a shame. I'll do more of a reading on that later. Okay, more of a reading on that one later. What else do we have? Don't forget, 20 for 20 all day today, all this week. 88 for the hour, all day today. You got to book today, though. I'm seeing if I got any questions in the chat, guys. I'm doing my best. I'm doing the best. Yeah. I know M. Russell. It's unfortunate. So scrolling through. I'll take it. Rebecca Splits. I said bye to her already. All right, let me go over here because I know I did get Juanita. Reading on star signs is correct for Aries. Didn't troll for the sticky stuff. Good deal. I actually got a community violation on the TikToks. I don't know why. It was, I think, the Capricorn reading. Yeah, I think she's saving up a lot of information for the book. So, all right. We're guys, I'm gonna Isa, I see your question, but I got to close the questions for now for this week. I'll make this a regular. I'll make this a regular thing. Were the York girls Jeffrey Epstein girls? No, they were protected. No, they were protected. I don't like that their mother took them to the island, but I think there were layers to that island. So questions are closed, guys. I don't know if I missed any in the comments, and I apologize if I did. So I'm going to go right over. I'm going to grab Issa's question because I do have to close it up after this. So questions are closed. Issa, I was right about the family drama at the wedding. I think I remember what you're talking about. Will sisters and brothers reconcile? Yes, please consider the 20 for 20. Thank you, Zeph, for dropping those links for me. I really appreciate it. Mods, you are fantastic with your spanners and wrenches. Fantastic people. And I am going to be doing the horoscopes for the week. So look at those for shorts. All this week. I'm going to drop them all, I think Monday. I think I'll drop them. But they're going to be on TikTok too. So I'm on TikTok now, spreading my wings, spreading my bingo wings. Family drama. Will they reconcile? So the high priestess is interesting in this respect because the high priestess says everybody's got to kind of look at the bigger picture here, the more spiritual picture, the biggest picture of all. It's not that it's not that we want some people to be unhappy. We sometimes have to give up being branded as right for the peace overall. And I think, we're seeing this like in Israel, Palestine, and I don't think that that peace is going to hold very long in Israel and Palestine. I'm just saying. I did some readings on it. I don't think it's gonna stand very long. Wifey, I am now Fortune Cookies Tarot _ OG on TikTok and Instagram. All right, so you can find me there. We are already matched up, Wifey. Yeah, we're already following each other. So, um, so the I think one of the things that Bibi Netanyahu has to do is he does have to see the perspective of the world of what's going on there. Now, when you are, and I don't want to make this so political, but when you're being attacked by so many people PR wise for what's going on in your backyard or in your front yard, it's kind of hard to get people to understand that. And you have to look at how people are seeing things for you. So for your family, I think that the players here need to look at the climate versus the weather. Everybody has, in any situation, everybody has their own goals and their own perspective. And this, I do think that there is a meeting of the minds that people need to come to. There's a lot of jumbled up feelings, and there's a lot of personal destruction that's happening. There are a lot of players in this situation that want to declare other parties wrong, capital letters in neon flashing. And that when those players decide that that is not a good way to live your life, then the smoke will clear. And then we are going to get to work. But I think that, some people, I hate to say it's like their own mentality. It's the way that they're thinking about things. But some people just are so invested in being mad that they can't get out of their own way and they can't move forward. Anger will freeze you in a space that is nearly impossible to get out of. You just swirl in that anger. And I think that there are some people. What should you do, Isa? Because I think this is the most important thing. What should you do? That Penny, I think I'm following you on TikTok already, just so you know. I think I am following you. I think I found you. I nearly lost you there. I was listening to the Water Boys this morning, The Hole of the Moon. Oh, what a fabulous song that is. That is a fabulous song. So what should you do? What should you do? Your best course of action. We're going to 2 by 2. Say your piece that you just want everyone to be happy. This is your mantra. Your mantra is, I want everybody to just find their peace here. I want everybody to find their peace. I think that that is a good strategy. I'm not trying to obtain or do anything. I'm not trying to dictate how y'all should be living your lives. I just want everybody to be happy. And we have to do that in the collective. Family is a collective. And sometimes family branches off. Somebody gets married, they start having kids, they have their own branch. That becomes their primary. But you still have to lean back into the big picture. You have to do that. I just got sent this genealogy research that my biological father's side of the family did, and I'm related to Fred Gwynn, Herman Munster. Yes, Herman Munster. I'm very closely related to him, which I think is really, really cool. And I wish I knew that before he died. I said this the other day. And I'm a daughter of the American Revolution. My family fought in the American Revolution. And I also found out that I'm more Dutch than anything else on that side of the family, versus being German or Austrian. So there's a little bit of English mixed in there. My mother's side of the family is the side that's Italian and Scottish. They're more strictly purebred, but it looks like there's a lot of Dutch there. So I don't know. Maybe I should learn to speak a different language other than Russian. Not a drop of Russian in here, guys. There's not a drop of Russian. But I love Russian culture. I absolutely love Russian culture from my stepfather who raised me, his family. So back to Issa, I think treating the family tree well is important. But sometimes you got to prune branches. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes those branches are rotten and they got to go. So I think for you, the message that I just want everybody to get along. I just want everybody to be okay and be happy in their world. I think that is a great message for you to put out there. You don't have to fuss. You don't have to fight. You can be generous. And when things get difficult, when somebody calls you up and they go ba, 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 about somebody else, you can go, listen, I'm not going to talk smack about somebody. I'm not going to feed the pig of hate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you, I appreciate where you're coming from, but maybe they have a different perspective. Maybe you should sit down and talk to them instead of complaining and bullshitting behind the scenes. Reserve your judgment. Hear them out, reserve your judgment, and say, you know what, this is great, but the dog is calling. I got to go. I got a package delivered. I got to sign for it. Extricate your situation, extricate yourself from that situation and say, listen, I hope the rest of your day is great. That was one of the things that I learned on YouTube when I had haters in my chat. When I first started, I don't have a lot of haters in my chat, but when I had haters making comments, what I would say is, oh, that's an interesting perspective. I hear you out, but I really hope your day gets better. I hope your day gets better. That was kind of my thing. Danny, the boyfriend that I had that was killed in the car accident, that's the memorial tattoo for him. Danny used to say, because I used to get all like hyped up and whacked out about a lot of things. I am a lot of Italian, and I would get like all ramped up about stuff. And he would say, just smile and wave. Just smile and wave if they're acting like idiots. And I remember that. I remember that a lot. So, Ian, yeah, Blake and Ryan, holy moly. If you're not following Maureen Callahan, boy, is she putting him on the grill. He is getting grilled left and right. It is unbelievable. She is releasing information about him that is shocking. It is just shocking. So, give her a listen. It's pretty wild. It is pretty wild. So yeah, oh yeah, this is a 2A group for sure, wifey. I just caught up on the comments here, guys. So if I missed your comment, I got all the super chats and super stickers. I always prioritize those, guys and gals. So yeah, you'd ask not, Maureen Callahan's book felt a little too much. I was just like, whoo, boy, she is really ripping off the gilding on on the Kennedys. She's like really, really tearing them down. The Kennedys are an interesting bunch to look at. And as we get closer to the 50th anniversary of Martha Moxley, I'm going to cook something up over the next week. Possibly a live remote view, possibly a private event, because I do know that that's a sensitive topic. So, but we may be talking about Martha Moxley this week. It's the 50th anniversary of her murder. I'm saying murder. Martha Moxley was a 15-year-old that was bludgeoned to death with a golf club in New Haven, Connecticut, 1975 on Mischief Night. The night before Halloween, and there was one of the Kennedy cousins. It was actually one of the Skakel cousins was tried and convicted, and then released. RFK Jr. had actually written a book that got him out called Framed, and they do blame it on. They blame it on two other individuals from outside of the town. So since I am very, very keen on that story, and I am going to. No, it was a golf club, and we'll talk about that this week. We're going to talk about that this week. Let me see when is Halloween. Halloween is on Friday the 31st. We may do that on the 30th. I may whip up a private event on the 30th. Would you guys like do a private event? What do you want to do? Private event? I don't want to do members only. Yeah, the golf club was actually traced to the Skakel house. Yeah. 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 So, but guys, so Sunday morning lives, do we like this? Sunday morning lives. I think Sunday morning lives are going to be a thing now. I'm not going out and about on Saturday nights. Like, I'm not. Yes, Penny loves it. Did this time work for everybody? 10 a.m. my time? Oh, wow. These are all capital yeses. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. It works for everybody in the kingdom. Okay. Yes, Ian, another Britney Spears. We're going to be talking about Britney Spears a lot. I think Kevin's book came out today or tomorrow or the 21st. I think it's coming out presently. So if I'm not doing a sale, the Sunday morning live can go a little bit longer. I just don't want to steamroll over anybody else's lives. I know Trevor does a Sunday live too, so I don't want to steamroll over that. Of course, Fiona has a Sunday live that she does. I've got to figure out, I mean, Sunday's my day to not see any clients. I still take the WhatsApp and text message readings. I do those 7 days a week now. But unless I'm doing a sale, Sundays are reading free. So you guys, maybe we'll have coffee and cards on Sunday mornings. And I can't say that because there's another channel that does coffee and cards. But Sunday mornings we'll do like a little fun get together. And Tuesday the book's coming out. Thanks, Ian. I'll do a live event on Tuesday. So we'll do a little bit of a fun live event. I know it's holiday season for me, so stay tuned because tomorrow morning I'll be working out my schedule when I do Mixtape Monday for y'all. So guys, this has been awesome. This was fun. I think this is a great way for me to do Sunday gratitude, because I was doing like a little Sunday gratitude, but maybe coffee and yellow brick roads. I like that. M. Russell, I think I'm going to do that. Coffee and yellow brick roads. I was saying that to people yesterday, the bands, when they were exiting. I was like, follow the yellow brick road and turn at the field house. So, all right. Yeah. So, all right, guys, you got it. So we'll make Sunday a regular thing again. It's fall. It's not like we're out by the pool or anything like that. So should be out raking some leaves. But if we do a fun little morning live. As long as you guys are okay with me being a little bit more casual on Sundays. I'm going to be a little bit more casual. I have the beanie on because it was cold and I didn't feel like doing my hair. So this actually is a tube and I can stick my ponytail out, but my ponytail is not really that long, so I don't do that. So, fun fact: last night, Greg and I rewatched Weird, the Al Yankovic story, and if you're a fan of Weird Al, watch it. It's hilarious. It's on the Roku channel. It's a reimagining of his life. He was a celebrity that lived in the same neighborhood as one of the 311 guys. And when I lived out in California, my husband and I, when we would go over to his house, we would often see Weird Al walking this little tiny dog. He'd be like, "There's Weird Al." There's Weird Al. I was not affected by like the blockbuster celebrities, but like Weird Al, I was like, "Oh my God, Weird Al." What a talent. What an amazing talent. But the movie is great. The movie is absolutely great. He's dating Madonna in the movie. And he's played by Daniel Radcliffe, which is even better. It's just perfect. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. Oh, Ian, you've seen it. Yeah, it was great. It was a great, great, great movie. Well done. Weird Al can do no wrong in my world. No wrong. So yeah, we're gonna leave this with a little RIP for Sam Rivers. Little RIP for Sam Rivers. So RIP. We'll see what happens to Limp Bizkit after this. I thought the dad rock that they came out with a few years ago was really fun. And they all kind of came out in like the dad suits and they were kind of, doing the dad rock. I mean, we are old. So, but all right, guys, I'm going to jump. I got a phone call that I got to make before my first appointment. Like I said, there's a sale today, $88 readings all day. I'm going to be working. Last appointment's at 6:00. Ian, it seems that it may have been cancer. And the only evidence that I have this on no authority except that Wes Borland had posted a picture of him with #FCancer. So I'm wondering if that's what it was. I mean, it may well could have been. I don't know. There's no official word on it. So, he's 48. He's fairly young. So, I mean, is that fairly young? That's fairly young, right? So, all right, guys. So I am going to be reading for the rest of the day privately. I'm going to be cooking up some fun stuff tomorrow. I'm getting up bright and early. I'm going to be in the 5 a.m. club tomorrow. So I'm going to bed early tonight and probably going to do like a little puzzle later on. I had an itch to do a puzzle yesterday, so I think I'm going to do one tonight. But thank you. That's going to be interesting with Trevor Cat. I'll probably have some shorts of me struggling with Trevor Cat, messing with my puzzle. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So everybody, thank you so much. Thank you for being members and subscribers and followers and all that good stuff. We've got, our eyes set on 8,000. We're going to get to 8,000 hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I mean, I got a few to go. And hopefully we're going to get to 10,000 early in the year. Keep an eye out for my 2026 readings. We're going to be doing annual readings for celebrities, royals, those kinds of things. And at the beginning, I'm going to be using AI to grade my 2025 predictions on them. You've seen some of those come out already, but I'm going to combine them so it's a little bit more fun for you guys. All right. So I will see you all in the future. Thank you so much for being here and have an amazing, amazing start to your week. Okay. Thank you. Mwah. Much love to y'all.